What's going on, Field G's? Welcome back to Lukegsfieldreview. And if you are looking at this video, you're probably trying to figure out, why do I have Shannon Sharpe on here? But if you saw the title, you know why. Pro Football Focus is playing defense. And you know why they're playing defense? Because people are doing the same thing that I was doing. Questioning the validity of Pro Football Focus. On top of that, those people who are questioning are football players, okay? You want to see what it looks like when you have something that makes money and you need to make sure that it keeps making money? This is what you call damage control. So this is Undisputed with Skip and Shannon, and they're discussing how is it that Pro Football Focus has Patrick Mahomes rated the 6th best quarterback. And Pro Football Focus is going to try to explain to you why. Now, in some of the examples that they show, I saw some issues with it, but we'll get through this video and try to make this as short as possible. But y'all gonna love this because I'm telling you, you cannot put stock into Pro Football Focus. Let's get it. Now, this is them responding and making fun of Shannon for saying what he said. Let's go.
From this point on, I will not make reference to PFF. Once my homeboy was the number one, I blacked out. I was like, oh. I blacked out. Skip. Okay, there's a bridge out. Can we wait till we cross that bridge? Can we wait till we get to the bridge? Did the ball go in the hoop? What did your eyes tell you? Okay, so what are we talking about? Period. That's not how he didn't do that.
Now, before we get further off into this, as they doing this, you see what they're trying to do. They're trying to be funny. They got Tom Brady, number 1, Dak Prescott, number 2, Carson Wentz, number 3, Patrick Mahomes, number 6. And this is before we even played them in week 4. This is well before. You see that little tag up there that says 9-25-19? So there's no mistaking that this rankings was out way before they even had this game against the Detroit Lions. I just felt the need to show y'all this because most of y'all think I be tripping about Pro Football Focus. You never hear me use, mention, or discuss Pro Football Focus because I think it's a bunch of hoopla. In this case, Shannon thinks it's a bunch of bull jive.
Yeah, he was second in the league in lack of those plays.
Oh, hold on. Let me see here. Tom Brady. So he doing a lot of James White. My guy throwing the ball 40 and 50 yards down the field. When you're throwing the ball to James White and James Burkhead. So they not use what I need to call EEOC because they're discriminating against Tom Brady because of his age. They don't factor that in there. They didn't say anything about no age. All I'm saying is in 2019, what did your eyes tell you? The first 3 games.
Okay.
Nobody is playing better than Pat Mahomes at the quarterback position.
Now, my question to y'all is, do you disagree with that statement? I mean, just look through the first 3 weeks. Was there any quarterback that you thought was playing better than Patrick Mahomes? And if you are somebody who thinks that case is the case, you're probably a Patriots fan or just a Tom Brady fan. But ask yourself this question. Go back and look at those 3 weeks and compare those quarterbacks side by side, and you will find that you just might be surprised at who was better, statistically wise. But let's listen to their explanation.
Well, Shannon, we've watched every single player on every play. We've graded them all in the NFL so that you didn't have to. And yes, we have some slightly different views on Patrick Mahomes so far through 3 games. Yes, we know he's special. Yes, we know he's awesome. But we're talking about play-by-play grading. There's a lot of hidden plays that you just forget about unless you got PFF.
Yeah, look, let's start this off by saying that nobody here disagrees with the...
Now, let me stop right there for a moment because the first thing they do is, oh, you forget about these plays unless you get Pro Football Focus. No, we don't. No, we don't. Because what they don't take into account is bad officiating. They don't take into account that they don't know what the play is. They don't take into account that most of the information that they have is strictly based off of their opinion. But okay.
The idea that Patrick Mahomes is the most talented quarterback in all of football. He's the new Aaron Rodgers. He is the guy that we all look at and say, nobody has that kind of skill. Nobody has that talent. He is the most gifted quarterback playing. But we're 3 weeks into the NFL season, and we're talking about, on a play-by-play basis, which guy has graded the best, and we have him 6th. Like, it's not like we have him, the bottom end of the league somewhere. We have him 6th, and the difference between 1st and 6th is a couple of plays here and there.
Now, the difference between 1st and 6th is a couple of plays here and there. I'm with Shannon on this. What couple of plays you talking about? Because if you don't know what the play is, you can't speak on it. Now, what they're going to do in their attempt to show you some of those plays is show you a play off rip that I just said to myself, how is this on the quarterback? How does this fall on the quarterback? But let's go ahead and let's get through it.
And there's a couple of plays here and there that don't show up in the box score.
And we'll get to those in a minute, but we have to start by saying, listen, there are passing stats that are influenced mostly by the quarterback, but also by the play calling and by the playmakers. So just off the top of my head, I know Patrick Mahomes threw a 9-yard pass against Jacksonville in Week 1 that turned into a 77-yard touchdown because of the defense and his playmakers. I know he's had fumbles and negated interceptions that we're going to talk about. I know he ranks 19th in negatively graded throw percentage for us this year, when last year he ranked 2nd, and I know he's actually missed a high percentage of downfield open throws. So as many as he's hit, and he's been special, big-time throws. He's number 1 in the league again this year. He's actually missed a lot, too. You know what that tells me? The scheme and the playmakers have been incredible. So when you see 400 passing yards per game and you see 10 touchdowns, no interceptions, it looks incredible, but it's not all attributed to Patrick Mahomes.
And that's the scary thing about it.
Okay, people. So he's missed passes. He's done all the other things, and he looks good because of scheme and the playmakers. That's what they say. He looks good because of scheme and the playmakers. And I keep telling y'all, this the same people who had Derrick Henry as the number 2 back ahead of Ezekiel Elliott and Saquon Barkley. This the same group that we going with, people. Okay, all right.
Him is that if he actually stops missing the throws, if he actually hits on some of those misses, he's going to be legitimately unstoppable. Like, we're talking 6,000 yards, 60 touchdowns. It's going to be insane, and I certainly wouldn't bet on him being there by the end of the season. But right now, there's no point in denying that there are some misplays and some bad plays that we're not paying attention to because they don't show up in your tally of box score numbers. Right?
Yeah, and even in the PFF grading, I think he'll be in the top 1 or 2 by the end of the year, because that's where he was last year. We expect him to be there. He was a top 3 quarter. We had Brady, Breeze, and Mahomes coming into the season. I don't think anybody's going to argue with that. So let's get into some of the plays, because he's had 4 turnover-worthy plays, and we've got 3 of them to take a look at here today. Let's get right to it. Can we look into it right now? 0
interceptions, but 4 turnover-worthy plays that don't show up in that number.
So the focus is on things that did not happen, that could have happened, probably should have happened, but did not happen. Like, I should have hit the Mega Millions 4 times by 9, but it didn't happen. That's what they're focusing on to talk about. But let's just look at the plays.
They're not showing up in the passing stats that have a passer rating of 130 plus.
Leads the league in
whatever
passer
it is.
rating.
So it's been a pocket presence issue, Sam. I think he's, because he makes so many special plays, he leaves a few plays on the table because he's trying to do too much.
Right.
Name me a quarterback who don't do that. Name me a quarterback who don't leave a few plays on the field. These people are ridiculous.
So we've got a couple of fumbles here in the pocket where he's trying to do too much, doesn't feel the rush coming, or at least doesn't adjust to the fact that it is here now and you need to protect the football.
Let's just roll it. And again, if these plays haven't affected the outcome of the game, sometimes you forget about it. And, that has been, that's the disconnect, right. I would say.
So let's play him. First play.
Week 1 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Again, they're scoring a ton of points, but here's Mahomes in the pocket.
Knows it's coming, gets into trouble, ball comes out. Bad play by the quarterback.
Now, just because...
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Let me try to process this, people. They're going to show this a little bit closer. Let's just, okay.
Because his team recovered, it doesn't change the grade on there. That's a bad fumble. We're going to put a harsh grade on it.
Okay. for those people who know football, not these guys who punch numbers. You know, like if I need to get my taxes done, I go to Pro Football Focus. They're great with finding real numbers out of nothing, okay? Let's put our attention on this guy right here, okay? What side is this on? His left side, his blind side. Let's pay attention to this. Now, they're going to argue that he should have felt this. He should have felt this pressure. And then they're going to argue that the fumble was on him. How about he get protection? How about that? But, okay, here we go.
He got lucky,
right?
Essentially. He got lucky that they recovered the ball.
So this is a play that nobody thinks about because people do not.
Now, right here, did the tackle even touch him for real, for real? Like, let's be honest about this. Look at this. Now, the first thing they say is he should feel it. Well, if he don't feel it, why does he step up? Okay. I mean, but according to Pro Football Focus experts, he should have felt it. All right.
Look at quarterback.
Now, right here, this is the person who they said should have felt it or at least knew it was coming. Well, he certainly did. He's trying to go. But once again, where is he supposed to go right now? This dude is facing his quarterback with the defender facing his quarterback. This dude is letting him come in. This whole play is not on the quarterback. This is on the offensive line. Now, if you want to argue, well, he shouldn't have fumbled, let the play out and you tell me, what was he trying to get out the
back fumble numbers unless the guy racks up like 50.
He was held up by one and another one. Okay, all right.
15 of them over a season.
And
which, by the way, he's on course to do right now.
He's on pace to have one per game, which would be pretty bad. So this is just bull jive in the pocket. That's what I think, Shannon. That's what it is.
Nice.
Let's go to the next bull jive.
The next bull jive.
So we got another fumble coming up against the Oakland Raiders. Yeah, they scored 28 in the second quarter. Don't forget, they got shut out in the other 3 quarters against the Raiders.
Now, which one is it, Pro Football Focus? I know people make mistakes and misspeak at times. Did they score 28 in the second quarter? They got shut out 3 quarters? Okay, all right, go ahead.
I mean, they did have a negated 70-something yard touchdown that he threw a dime on, but don't worry about it.
But those negated plays are important as well because they come back later. Again, climbs the pocket, knows the pressure's coming, lets it get to him.
This time the Raiders recovered it. So in our world, both fumbles just as bad. He has nothing to do with whether our friend Mitchell Schwartz recovers it or if the Raiders recover it.
Correct.
That's bull jive as well.
Once it's out of his hands.
All right, people. Is this on the quarterback or is this on the offensive line? Quarterback, offensive line. Let's see. Let's take a look at the film.
There's nothing he can do about it. He's relying on other people to make that play.
They're grabbing at his arm. They're grabbing at his arm right here. Once again, poor protection. He stepped up like he was supposed to. Here come 91.
Hey, there you go.
Quarterback fault or offensive line? You tell me. These are the people that I got to keep arguing with people about with this Pro Football Focus, man. I be on Twitter and people want to tell me, but Pro Football Focus said, I don't care. It does not make sense. Even in their own example, I see bad offensive line play. He gets out the pocket with a guy draped on his legs, getting ready to deliver the ball, and gets drilled. Here's the worst part about it. They got 5 people blocking. How many people rushing? 1, 2, 3, 4. They got home with 4 people, with 5 people blocking.
Bad play trying to make something else happen with bodies all around you. So this is another play. Bad hands.
You know what I love about this play? Okay? He says bad play trying to make something happen with people all around you. What would you have him do? Seriously. Let's see what he could have did.
He's relying on other people to make that play.
Could he kept running? Nope. Defender already has him. Defender already has him. Can he throw the ball away? Nope. That's intentional grounding. Can he force a pass up here to this guy right here? Nope. Defender behind him, one right here, one back there. They are surrounded. What's the most logical play he could have did? Took the sack? Nope. Because had he not been hit,
There you go.
and I'm finna show you, had he not been hit,
Bad play trying to make something else happen with Bob.
he would have had the players go one-on-one up top right here. Up top. And he would have did that while having somebody draped on him. They blame this on the quarterback, people. Now, to be fair, if they had said that about the fumble that happened in the game on Sunday with Detroit and Kansas City where Stafford tried to switch hands and dropped it, yep, that's on the quarterback. This is not on the quarterback. This is on the offensive line. And this is why I don't mess
Bodies
with
all
Pro
around
Football
you.
Focus.
So this is another play. By the way, it could have been an interception if the dynamics of where him trying to throw versus the contact happened.
And notice they don't tell you what he should have did.
This is a bad turnover-worthy play by the quarterback that doesn't show up as a pick in the pick column.
And just to be clear, there are some fumbles that
It doesn't show up as a pick in the pick column because it wasn't a pick. Why is this confusing to people? It does not show up in the pick column because it wasn't a pick. Oh my God. This is...
the quarterbacks can't really avoid,
Sure.
right? They get blindsided. It's in their throwing motion. These are clear, poor pocket presence trying to do too much.
Did anybody just happen to see the two plays I just saw and thought to themselves, man, what poor pocket presence that he had?
Let's go to the next turnover-worthy bull drive.
What's our next bull jive, Steve?
I believe this was the negated interception. So plays happen, and they get negated by penalty. And if the penalty has nothing to do with the play,
You're grading
that's
what
different.
if, Steve? Is that what you're telling me?
I'm grading what Patrick Mahomes did, and he fires an errant pass where the corner makes a play on the ball.
So he throw the ball right to the safety.
The play was negated by a pass interference that didn't affect where the pass actually went on the interception. There's pass interference over there, but it didn't affect because the running back was already off his route.
Now, if you want to say that that's an errant pass right there, maybe. Or, because they don't know what the play was, maybe he actually saw the guy getting pass interference with and threw the ball in the vicinity. Did that ever cross their mind? Maybe I'm giving Patrick Mahomes too much credit. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Maybe I don't know football. People, this is what you call we have to defend ourselves. And why? Because Skip and Shannon have a nationally televised TV show. And Shannon comes out and blasts them. You know who else blasted them? TJ Lane. Did they do a response video to him? Nope. You know who else blasted them? A whole lot of other NFL players who are still on TV. Did they do a response to them? Nope. They did it to somebody who they knew had enough pull to discredit them. And it was a legitimate reason to do it. It was a legitimate reason to do it. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is further proof why you should not put your eggs in the basket with Pro Football Focus, because these same people who are watching these plays just showed you two plays where they said he had poor pocket presence, didn't have awareness, even though the quarterback did what he was supposed to, and had poor protection. I can't even go no further than that. That's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know, am I crazy? Did you feel like Patrick Mahomes didn't have pocket presence? Did you feel like them fumbles was on him, and that, or did you feel like it was the poor offensive line play? And on the interception, could it be possible that he saw that, oh, this guy's holding him, let me throw this over here to get this flag? I mean, it won't be the first time quarterbacks has done it. It ain't like he inventing the wheel. Man, y'all stay blessed. And as always, don't be no chump. Please do your research.